Hey, what's up? What's up? Welcome back to my page. It's your girl Mocha Baby. If you are a newbie, thank you for subscribing to me. Thank you for taking time out of your busy lives to look at this lovely face and subscribe to me. I appreciate you. To those of you that have been following me for some time, hey, how you doing? You already know how we get it done on this channel. We're all just one big happy lit family. And that's just what it is. This video is going to be about the second part to the One More Chance reunion. Last week we got the first one. This week we're getting the second part to that. As I said in my previous video, I do think it's going to be about a four-parter because it's just a lot going on with these girls and so much to get into. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into it. So, where we last left off, Cheeks and Grandmama was having words. They was coming at each other's neck on their varying opinions on the situation about the twerking on the piano incident. And while Grandmama was playing the classical music, of course, I still stand behind my statement saying that I do believe that both sides could have been a little bit more mindful of the other one's position, but at the end of the day, I do feel like Grandmama may have not been as innocent as we thought, and I do understand Cheeks for standing her ground and standing up for herself. So as the story unfolds, we find out, like I just said, that Grandmama is actually not as innocent as we thought that she was. We find out that she's actually kind of petty, that she was on Cheeks' IG page making statements every time Cheeks posted something about any kind of events or, things that she may have had going on since the wrapping up of production on the show. That, she was basically, saying that Cheeks was disrespecting herself, this, that, and the third. And, we all know from the show, of course, that Cheeks is a dancer and she is still dancing because that's how she gets her money. That's how she feeds herself, and that is how she pays her bills. And I feel like this about the situation, Grandmama's opinion was not warranted. Cheeks did not ask for it, and the only person that can decide whether or not she's disrespecting herself is herself. And anything else she got to take up with herself, her soul, and God. And that's just really what it is. And after hearing that, I do understand a little bit more as to why Cheeks was angry and why she did react in the way that she did. And she got so upset to the point of where they had to break it up because they were thinking that Cheeks was going to run up on Grandmama and, dump a couple times. But, it did not go that way, and they tried to calm her down. It didn't work. So she ended up going backstage for a while, and they gave her a little time, but then eventually, that same crewman that Chance was talking to earlier came and said that he needed her back on the set. So she got herself together and she came back on the set. And after the rest of the crew and cast was basically telling Grandmama, like, look, you was wrong, you was being petty for that, you was being a bit judgmental. You have to realize that these girls are all younger than you, and their interests may vary just a bit. You've already been where they're going, so you kind of got to step back and take that into consideration. And did y'all peep that smirk that Grandmama had on her face the entire time while all of this was going on? She was just like, It was like she really didn't give a rat's ass one way or the other. But they did squash the beef and shook hands on it and hugged it out. And this is my personal take on it. I feel like respect is a two-way street, and respect does not have a expiration date on it. just because of your age does not automatically say that you earn my respect, does not grant you my respect. You got to prove that you deserve my respect. Because if I'm respecting you, but you're basically tooting your ass up so that I can kiss it, then that's not gonna fly, baby. That's not gonna work. That ain't how we get down. Because like I said, it's a two-way street. If I respect you, then you got to respect me. Now, will I run up on you? No, more than likely no, because that's not my personality. But I will correct you and get you together and gather you and tell you that, yo, look, you are disrespecting me and it's not right. And either you respect me or you get the hell on. And that's just pretty much how I feel about that. I do think that she should not have run up on her because she is older and she is her elder. But at the same time, I do understand why she felt that way and why she, wanted to tell her a thing or two and give her a piece of her mind. Now, moving right along, the next girl that was put in the hot seat was Cheeks. Starting out with the Puerto Rican princess Jocelyn asking Secret, not asking Secrets, my bad, asking Chance, how he felt about her. And, he said, that, she just had, a lot of secrets. He couldn't quite put his finger on her. He didn't quite know which way that she was coming. And was also asked, did he dick her down? And that was the same reason that he gave as to why he didn't. He felt as if he didn't really, get a chance to get to know her. And then, Secret said that she would have, would not have minded, getting more of a chance to get to know him. And she wanted some more time with him, but it just did not present itself. And then they showed the clip of the natural beauty challenge, which Secrets did really well in. And then the question was brought up about Secret's booty, whether or not it was real or whether or not she had a BBL. And for those of you that don't know what a BBL is, a BBL is a Brazilian butt lift. And, of course, Secrets is saying that it is real. It's all hers. It's all 100% natural black girl booty. And, of course, Jocelyn decides that she's going to give her own self-examination to determine if Secret is, in fact, telling the truth. And we find out, at least from Jocelyn's point of view, that Secret's booty feels like it is a BBL, which Secret still denies. And then Jocelyn turns the question to the rest of the cast and asks them, do they think that Secret's booty is real or fake? And for the most part, they say that they believe that it is indeed real. But Yummy chimes in her 2 cents. And she says that, whether it's real or fake, and she believes that it's fake, but it looks good. And she said, well, that's between her and God, whether or not she had a BBL. And, Secret agrees with that statement, prompting everybody else to say, oh, see, we got the answer. Her booty is fake. And then she said, no, I'm just saying I agree with what Yummy said. And then moving along, the next girl or girls that get put on the chopping block is Wakanda, and it parlays into BDBs. We talking about blunt breath, bad breath, and of course BDBs. Starting off, they're talking about Wakanda's blunt breath, which ultimately got her eliminated. And he said, yeah, but you had the same blunt breath as me. And then Jocelyn thought that Wakanda was the one that he said just had straight up funk breath, but it wasn't, and he was BDB. And that's when she chimed in and said, well, she should have asked him first, asked for consent before she kissed him, but she never really gave apology or a reason as to why her breath was so funky. He said, they had been sharing the same blunts, but she stated that, she don't share blunts. She smoked her own stuff. So that's pretty much where that goes. After that, they state that Wakanda is a very pretty girl. She killed the Natural Beauty Challenge because she looks like Wakanda with or without the makeup. And I really think he should have given her a chance, but I don't. I think the reason he didn't give her more of a chance is because if you know Chance has a type, and clearly Wakanda was not his type. Though she was a very beautiful girl, he was looking for another type of pretty girl. Maybe not as natural, maybe a little bit more lighter, or either, mixed with something, or light-skinned black girl, or Spanish, or something else that was not what Wakanda was serving. Then we're gonna move on. The next girls was Plastika and Karen, and it gets really interesting with these two girls that really had a whole lot to say in both the first part and the second part. And to be honest, they're so irrelevant. It's like, why do you have so much to say? You weren't even on the show 2 seconds. So, I mean, really, you should only be talking for 2 seconds. Get your 2 seconds of fame and bye-bye. That's how I feel about that. But anyway, they talk about when Plastica, I think it was, almost said all lives matter instead of black lives. She almost said it, but she didn't quite get it out. She cut it off, and everybody was like, oh, they got scared for a minute because they thought that she was in fact racist. Now, I'm not sure whether or not she's racist, but I will say it's something definitely going on with both Plastica and Karen. I can't quite pinpoint, but something just ain't quite right with them two women, and it's not all the plastic. Then Micah brings up that after they got eliminated, after Karen got eliminated and Plastica, left with her, that they came to his room before they left, basically trying to holler at him, trying to get with him. And, then basically after that, Karen was trying to insinuate that when they first came to the house that Michael was indeed trying to come on to her. And then it's just a whole he say, she say thing going on. He's saying that they did try to get with him. They saying that they didn't, but then they do admit that he is a beautiful man and that you would have to be blind to not, appreciate his fineness. And then, Chance is cutting jokes the whole time, saying that, he'd be over in the corner watching his brother get sucked down, saying, let her suck it good with joke. But then he said, no, he wasn't, because he said, if, they want to be hoes, then let them be hoes. And then moving on to Mangina, which brings up something that I did not discuss in the video about the first part, but I do want to bring it up in this video about the second part, which is more of discussing really his placement in the house, and as well as discussing why he came off the way he did at most of the girls in the house. As we all know, Mangina was at the bottom of a lot of drama that went down in the house, from him and Snap Mills to him and Yodela to him and Special K. It was always something going on with Mangina, which inevitably was the reason that he was eliminated. Basically Jocelyn saying like why he came off the way he did, like, you coming at these women like, yes, you dress like a woman, you got hair on like a woman, but at the end of the day, you still got balls like a man, and you was in the house coming off at these women with, big balls energy. Basically saying like I'm saying big balls, but she said coming off at them like a man, basically. And you got to realize that you still a man, and you still stronger than all, or if not all, most of the women in the house, and should handle himself as such. While I do agree with that, I still feel like a lot of the times that they was ganging up on Mangina, and just because he was different, that what he was just supposed to lay down and take all that abuse off of the other people in the house. I don't think so. But I do think that he could have dialed back his big ball energy just a tad bit. But I do think that he should have stood up for himself and not been a wuss. And then, just basically more of Mangina saying that, he was the show. If it was not for him, then the show would not have done as nearly as good as it did. And I see that to a degree. He was funny, and to me, his whole persona, his whole energy, when he was not fighting, he did bring something to the show, and you would have to be blind not to realize that. And then after that, they asked Chance before they decide to take a break for lunch, and then bring the other half of the cast up onto the stage. They asked him, out of the girls that was sitting on the stage, out of the 8 girls, which was Plastika, Karen, Secrets, Games, Mangina, Mangina, one kinda, who was the other two? BDB and Grandmama that was sitting up on the stage. Who out of those girls were there for him? And he said, he thought about it for a second, and he said out of all of them, he do feel like Wakanda was there for him, and that she was indeed the only one up there for him, because he said that he could have got to know Secrets a little bit more. Karen and Plastica wasn't there for him. Games was just he didn't say anything about Mangina, and didn't say anything about Grandmama or BDB, because we had already discovered that, she had two girlfriends waiting on her at the house. She was in an open relationship with them. So we already know that she wasn't there for him. And then, Games is just salty and full of shit, which we discovered when she was arguing back and forth with Chance's brother and with Chance. And it was just a whole lot of the same. And then after the break, the other girls come up there and they start talking to Mangina. Then him and Snax get into it. And, he's, saying different, derogatory things about her weight. And she's saying derogatory things about him. And I honestly feel like, Snax, you my girl, but you talk too damn much. Sometimes you just need to shut the hell up. Just shut up. Sometimes. Not all the time. Just sometimes. Just, It's easy. And then after that, we get Snax and Yodela. The beef of the season, the beef that has been going on entire season. These two finally come to a point where the tensions boil over and dun dun dun. And I gotta say, Yodela ran up on Snax, y'all. And I don't think that Snax actually thought that she would run up on her. So I don't think that she was ready. And it kind of looked like Yodela, it kind of looked like she did best her that time. The next thing I know, you got wigs flying out. You got boobs flying out. You got Believable running off the stage like, y'all bitches ain't finna hit me. I'm looking too good today for all that. You won't hit me. And that's pretty much how it ends. Then we get scenes from the next episode, which looks juicy, y'all. And it's also one of the things that I have been waiting to talk about. So I am excited for this next one, because I got a piece to say about that. But I want her to speak her piece before I speak mine. So, at any rate, y'all, we're going to end it right here so I can get this out to you guys, my beautiful mocha lattes. I hope you enjoy this reaction. It's fresh off the presses, this review. I hope that you watch it. I hope that you love it. And if I missed anything or you caught something that I didn't, please feel free to share in the comments down below here on YouTube, on my Twitter, Pretty Flocka 25, or on my Facebook, Mocha Hooks, whichever social media platform, or and my IG, which is Kiwi_Margarita. And subscribe to me, hit the red box if you are not, whether it's down here or up here. And then after that, ring the bell to be notified every time I post a video. And as always, you guys, we are just spiritual beings experiencing human things. As always, stay blessed, stay fly, and I'll catch y'all on the other side. Bye for now.